There is a specific feeling that hits you right before the anxiety takes over. It starts as a flutter in your stomach. Then, your chest tightens. Your breathing gets shallow. Your thoughts start to race faster than you can catch them, spinning out, what-if, scenarios that get darker and darker. You try to tell yourself to calm down. You try to think logically. But it feels like your brain has been hijacked. You are sitting in a safe room, maybe even drinking a cup of coffee, but your body is reacting as if you are standing in front of a tiger. This is the tyranny of anxiety. It disconnects you from reality. It steals your peace. It drains your energy so completely that by the time the panic passes, you feel like you have run a marathon. And the worst part? Most of the advice people give you doesn't work in the moment. Just relax is useless when your heart is pounding. Think positive is impossible when your nervous system is sounding a red alert. But let me tell you something that will change your relationship with anxiety forever. You do not need to fight your mind to calm down. You need to hack your body. Anxiety is not just a thought, it is a chemical reaction. It is a biological switch that has been flipped to on. And the incredible news is that your body has manual override switches, hidden mechanisms that can flip that switch back to OFF in less than 30 seconds. Today, I am going to give you the ultimate toolkit for immediate relief. These are not meditations that take 20 minutes. These are 30-second biological hacks used by neuroscientists, Navy SEALs, and trauma therapists to instantly downregulate the nervous system. By the end of this message, you will no longer be afraid of the panic. You will know exactly which button to push to stop it. But here is the scary part: if you stay in this state of high alert too long, it doesn't just ruin your day, it begins to rewire your brain to be more anxious in the future. The first trick I'm about to share stops that rewiring process instantly, using nothing but the air in your lungs. Trick number 1, the physiological sigh. The first trick is the fastest way known to science to lower your heart rate and reduce cortisol. It was popularized by neuroscientists at Stanford, but your body actually does it naturally when you are sobbing or sleeping. We are just going to do it intentionally. It is called the physiological sigh. When you are anxious, carbon dioxide builds up in your bloodstream. This triggers your brain's suffocation alarm, which makes you panic more. To turn off the alarm, you need to dump that carbon dioxide. Here is exactly how to do it. Inhale deeply through your nose. At the very top of that inhale, take a second, shorter sip of air through your nose to fully inflate the lungs. Exhale slowly and fully through your mouth, making a sighing sound. Do this 3 times. That is it. It takes less than 30 seconds. Why does this work? That double inhale pops open the tiny sacs in your lungs called alveoli, which tend to collapse when you are stressed. By popping them open, you allow more oxygen in and push more carbon dioxide out. The long exhale stimulates the vagus nerve, the superhighway of relaxation in your body, telling your heart to slow down. The relief is not just mental, it is mechanical. You will feel your shoulders drop. You will feel your jaw unclench. You are physically forcing your body to shift from fight or flight to rest and digest. And here is the secret that doctors often forget to mention: you cannot think your way out of a feeling, but you can breathe your way out of it. But what if your anxiety is so high that you can't even focus on your breath? That's when you need something more shocking, something that forces your brain to reboot like a frozen computer. If the physiological sigh resonated with you, if you have felt that tightness in your chest that just won't let go, then this second trick is going to feel like a miracle. It uses temperature to trick your brain into survival mode, but in a way that saves you from panic. Trick number 2, the dive reflex cold exposure. The second trick is for those moments when the anxiety is a 9 out of 10. When you feel like you are spiraling and nothing can stop it. You need a hard reset. You need cold water. This leverages a primal evolutionary adaptation called the mammalian dive reflex. When your face hits cold water, your body immediately thinks, "I am underwater." To survive, it instinctively slows down your heart rate to conserve oxygen. It instantly cools down the heat of anxiety. Here is the 30-second protocol. Go to the sink. Splash freezing cold water on your face. Or, grab an ice cube and hold it against your wrist or the back of your neck. Or, if you are driving, blast the AC directly onto your face. Focus entirely on the sensation of the cold. The shock of the temperature forces your brain to stop thinking about the what-ifs and start thinking about the right now. It snaps you out of the loop. It forces the vagus nerve to activate. Within seconds, your heart rate will plummet. The racing thoughts will freeze. You will feel a sudden clarity washing over you. This is not comfortable, but it is effective. It is a biological interrupt signal. It tells your brain, stop the program. Reset the system. Now, you might be thinking, this is great for home, but what if I'm in a meeting or a public place where I can't splash water on my face? That is exactly why you need the third trick. It's completely invisible, no one will know you're doing it, and it works by hacking your vision to hack your mind. And here is the fascinating science behind that third trick. When you are stressed, your pupils dilate, and your vision becomes narrow. It's called tunnel vision. Evolutionarily, this helped you focus on the threat, the tiger in the bushes. But today, when the threat is an email or a worry, tunnel vision keeps you locked in a state of high alert. To calm down, you have to manually widen your lens. If the first trick used your breath, and the second used your skin, this third trick uses your eyes to send a safe signal directly to your brainstem. Have you ever noticed that when you're anxious, you stare intensely at one thing? Or maybe you stare at nothing at all, lost in space. This next trick reverses that stare and tricks your brain into realizing the danger has passed. Trick number 3, panoramic vision, the soft gaze. This trick is perfect for meetings, family dinners, or crowded places because no one can see you doing it. It acts as a stealth brake pedal for your anxiety. Here is how you do it. Look straight ahead. Now, without moving your eyes, try to see what is on your far left and far right. Expand your awareness to the periphery of your vision. Try to see the walls, the ceiling, and the floor all at once. Soften your focus. Let your gaze become panoramic. Hold this soft, wide gaze for 30 seconds. Why does this calm you down? Because it is biologically impossible to maintain panoramic vision while in a high-stress state. When you force your vision to expand, you are hacking the feedback loop. You are telling your brain, if I can see the horizon, if I can see the whole picture, there must be no immediate threat. As your vision widens, your breathing will naturally deepen. Your thoughts will slow down. You step out of the tunnel of worry and back into the spaciousness of the room. But what if your mind is spinning so fast that you can't even focus your eyes? What if the thoughts are so loud they drown out reality? That is when you need the fourth trick, a cognitive game that forces your brain to reconnect with your body, pulling you out of the storm and back onto solid ground. If you resonated with the idea of widening your view, then this fourth trick will feel like dropping an anchor. It stops the time travel of anxiety, worrying about the future or regretting the past, and slams you right back into the only place where you are safe, the now. Trick number 4, the 5-4-3-2-1 grounding game. This is the ultimate distraction technique. It works because the brain cannot multitask effectively. It cannot spiral into a panic attack and count sensory inputs at the same time. You are going to force it to choose the sensory inputs. Here is the 30-second rapid-fire version. Look around and name 5 things you can see. The lamp, the shoe, the cloud. 4 things you can feel. Your feet on the floor, the fabric of your shirt, the air on your skin. 3 things you can hear. The traffic, the refrigerator hum, your own breath. 2 things you can smell. Coffee, soap. 1 thing you can taste. Toothpaste, gum, or just the inside of your mouth. You don't have to do it perfectly. You just have to do it fast. By hunting for these sensations, you pull your consciousness out of your head and into your senses. You re-inhabit your body. Anxiety lives in the imagination, peace lives in the physical world. This trick bridges the gap. Now, you have hacked your breath, your temperature, your vision, and your senses. But there is one final trick that is the most powerful of all. It's not just a hack, it's a spiritual reset button that touches the very core of why you feel unsafe. If you can see how connecting to your senses calms you, you are beginning to understand that anxiety is a form of disembodiment. It is your soul trying to leave the building because it feels unsafe. This shift from escaping to inhabiting is exactly why practices like yoga and walking work so well. But you don't always have time for a walk. You need something now. By implementing these tricks, you are essentially telling your nervous system that you are the captain of the ship, not the passenger. Trick number 5, the heart-hand connection. The fifth trick is simple, tender, and deeply healing. It leverages the power of touch. When you were a baby, if you were crying, a caregiver would likely pat your back or hold you. This touch released oxytocin, the bonding hormone which counteracts stress. As adults, we often lack this soothing touch. But you can give it to yourself. Place your hand firmly over the center of your chest, right over your heart. Apply gentle, warm pressure. Feel the heat of your palm seeping into your chest. Close your eyes and take a breath. This simple act sends a signal of safety to your primitive brain. It says, I am here. I have you. You are held. It is a gesture of self-compassion. It breaks the isolation of anxiety. It reminds you that even if the whole world feels chaotic, you have a home within yourself. The spiritual truth, you are safe. So, why do these tricks matter? Are they just biological hacks? No. They are reminders of a deeper truth. Anxiety is often a crisis of trust. It is a belief that you cannot handle what is coming. It is a belief that you are alone in a dangerous universe. But when you use these tools, when you breathe, when you ground, when you hold your own heart, you are reclaiming your trust. You are proving to yourself, in real time, that you can handle the feelings. You can regulate your own storm. You are moving from a state of helplessness to a state of agency. You are remembering that your body is not your enemy, it is your vessel. It is trying to protect you. And by calming it down, you are thanking it for its vigilance while gently telling it to stand down. The 30-second challenge. Here is what I want you to do the next time the wave hits. Do not judge yourself. Do not say, why is this happening again? Do not add shame to the anxiety. Instead, act. Pick one trick. Just one. Do 3 physiological sighs. Splash water on your face. Soften your gaze. Count 5-4-3-2-1. Or place your hand on your heart. Give it 30 seconds. You might not go from panic to zen instantly. But you will go from a 10 to a 6. You will create enough space to think. You will open a window in the suffocating room of your mind. And that little bit of space is where your power lives. The final ritual. If this message resonated with your spirit today, if you felt a sense of relief knowing that you have tools to fight the darkness, then I invite you to make a powerful declaration. Signal to the universe that you are reclaiming your peace. Tell your anxiety that it is no longer the boss. Close your eyes for just a second. Place your hand on your heart, just like we practiced. Feel the beat steady, reliable, present. And silently say, I am safe. I am calm. I am here. And to seal this intention, go to the comments below and write these simple words. I am safe. Let those words be your anchor. Let them be the reminder that no matter how fast your thoughts race, your soul remains still. You are resilient. You are equipped. You are capable of weathering any storm. Thank you for sharing your energy with me today. Use these tools. Trust your body. And remember, peace is not a destination you have to travel to, it is a breath you can take right now. Until next time, breathe deeply. You've got this.